My name is Adrian. I'm the founder of Passion Portraits, a channel dedicated to share stories of passionate people and celebrating people. Wow, I can't believe I've always been behind camera, and today I'm like right in front telling you all about what we do. Before I tell you more about Passion Portraits, let me tell you a little bit more about my background on how I get to do what I'm doing today. So, funny enough, I graduated as an engineering student. Any engineering student here? Okay. Woo, woo. Yeah, watch out, you won't become an engineer. Just kidding. I graduated as an engineer, but in the midst of studying, I sort of picked up photography and videos and ended up becoming a freelance photographer and videographer before when I finished studying. And so I thought, sort of like, oh, I started a little career right here and sort of picking up and doing photos and videos for companies, making videos for corporate.
Can I have a cup of water? Yeah.
Okay. Is that me?
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Yeah, good. Okay. So as I was working and all as a photographer, videographer and all, I appreciate what I get to do. Like I get to meet people, I get to perfect my craft, and I get to go to places. I get to work on bigger projects than I even imagined myself to be making. And I sort of did that for like 3 to 4 years, sort of had a steady income, got married, and like come to a point you realize like, okay, I need to look back at what I'm doing. I remember this particular year when I looked back and I thought to myself like, wow, not bad, I've been to places, did a lot of stuff, but there was something about it that was missing. There was something about it that was like, doesn't sit well in me. It's like, there must be something more than this. Because think about it like, everything that I have thought about was in what I'm doing is all about me. It's about what I earn, how big the company I have built, or the places I get to go, how much money is in my bank account. It's all about me, 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 me. So I thought there must be something more than that. And I asked myself, right, if I get to make anything I want, I get to create anything I want, what would it be? What would I create that has mattered to me? And so that's when I started asking a lot of questions. And one of the things that I found out about myself is that I love meeting people. I love talking to people, especially people who are passionate. There's something about people who are passionate, right? They are very different. There's something about them, they are very driven, they are determined, they are focused, they are not afraid of waking up on Monday morning, they are not afraid of putting in the hard work. There's something about that the energy that they have that, I remember many times hanging out with people like that, I go home feeling really bad. Like, man, I need to do more in my life. There's so much more that I need to achieve. And I realized like they somehow had influenced me without even trying. So on the other hand, so I thought to myself, right, what if I can combine these two things together? This interest of me to know people, to meet people, and I know of all these great stories out there that has the ability to shape someone's destiny, has the ability to push you to do more. And on the other hand, I have this skill to broadcast an idea, to share a story for you to know. And I have these two skills. What if I can combine it together? And that's when the idea of Passion Portrait was birthed. And of course, I wish I can tell you a very nice story at the point when I decided, boom, and it went crazy, it was the best thing ever. No, it doesn't happen that way. It took me 3 years of talking about it, telling everyone about how this great idea I have, and then 3 years later, only I decided, okay, enough talking, maybe I need to do something about it, and it happened. So, there's a few things about Passion Portraits, is that, yeah. In Passion Portraits, we think a lot about what we want to say. If you look at the media right now, if you just look at the news going on right now, there's just so much of like negative things around you. There's so much of like things that is going wrong, and I realized like we don't talk about there's so much negative things out there that we are sort of used to it. We're used to like, okay, you know what, things are bad, and that's okay, and we just leave it as that. But what we don't know is that it has subconsciously like affected what we think about what's going on. Like for me, growing up, being a boy that grew up in Klang, getting out of Malaysia is the biggest thing for me. Like if I was almost had this idea of like, if I ever made it to New York or Tokyo, I've made it in my life. And funny enough, I got a job to go to Tokyo, and I went there. It was nice, a good experience. But I felt like, oh wait a minute, my goal seems a bit too small now, and I don't feel any way better of a person than I was before because I was in Tokyo. And I wonder why. What was it that makes me want to have like this desire, this goal to make it there? And I realized it's because the people talk about Tokyo, talk about New York with so much pride, with so much of like enthusiasm about what they talk about. And because of that, that shaped me, that affected me to, okay, I need to get there and think of that as better than here. And so, in Passion Portraits, I realized there's power in our words, and there's power in what we say. There are so many people around us, they are doing great things and doing things with extraordinary vision and ideas, but I realized that we haven't even given them enough attention that they deserve. We talk about the thing outside of here much better than the things that happen around us. And for me, as a start Passion Portrait, I felt like, you know what, it's about time we give them some credit. You know, like, you like it or not, they are putting a little dent in our society right now. And so, what we do, right? A lot of people ask me like, do you want Passion to Portray to become like this big channel, everyone follow you, you guys make these great videos, good job, Adrian. And I thought, that'd be nice, I like that. But I said, now I felt like, is that it? Is that all I want to do? Like, just make good videos and content out there. And I realized it has to be more than that. It has to be more than me. It has to be a culture. That's what I'm looking for. What we're trying to do with Passion Portrait here is that we want to change the culture. We want to bring the culture of celebrating people. There are so many people around you right now that are trying to do something new, or in the midst of doing something new, or already made something new, that I felt like we haven't given them enough credit. We don't talk about them, we don't encourage them, we don't compliment them. And in Passion Portrait, we want to celebrate people. We feel that everyone deserves to be given the credit of what they do, and we believe that through our words, we are able to push them further. And the beauty about that is that passion is contagious. In fact, passion is infectious. I don't know how many of y'all watch YouTube a lot. I personally I follow this YouTuber called Casey Neistat. Yeah, I see a few hands. This guy is a filmmaker. He makes a video every single day of himself doing things, and he is nuts. He runs marathon. He runs a startup company. He does filmmaking, and he has 2 kids, and his life is so packed with things to do. But yet he put in so much effort to make things, and there's something about him that just attracted me to watch it every single day. I remember. It's funny now, I watch it for 2 years, you know, every single night before I sleep. And I realized I begin to talk a bit like him and do things a bit like him. And funny enough, he affected me without knowing. So one of the things that I realized myself doing is that I begin to wake up earlier and earlier because he runs marathon in the morning, and I don't run marathon, but I felt like I needed to do something similar to him. So I began to wake up at 4 a.m. every day just to get started with work, and because of that, that changed a lot of things I do. And I realized, wow, his passion, he's in New York City, and I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, his passion is affecting me. So these stories around you has the power to change someone. These stories around you has the power to affect, to shape people's thinking again, to give them the energy to do more, to ask themselves the hard question, why am I doing this? Why am I settling for less? There's power in your word, there's power in passion. Sorry. So, for Passion Portraits, we've been putting out one story every single week since we launched in May. Some people thought of us like, oh man, you guys are crazy, you guys are going to run out very soon. And I do thought that we're going to run out with resources very quick. But looks like we're still surviving, still good, and we're still putting out. So this week will be our 29th story of passionate people in Malaysia. And there are 3 things that I've observed, that I've learned, and I see that this like common thing with them is, the first thing here is, we don't know how things would turn out the way it is today. Everyone that I've interviewed, everyone that I've met, whether it's a pandan cake uncle or is it someone who's training to play in the next SEA game, we always have this idea of like, these people sort of had it all thought out. Like, they had this idea of like, if I do this, I will get there, and everything was smooth sailing, everything will be like, just come when I want it. And truth is that, when I talk to them, like, a lot of them tell me like, you know, I don't know how I end up right here. I have a dream, I have a vision, but if you ask me if I would imagine how the journey I would take to get to where I am today, most of the time, it doesn't turn out the way that I want to be. And that's when I thought about, hey, maybe the way that we approach taking challenges, doing new things should change as well. That we are in a generation where we have a lot of information. Like information are so easily accessed, but sometimes we come to a place where we become too safe. Like we will compare all these things that people tell us, and then like, oh, can I start this business, or can I try playing in the Olympic? Like, we have all these like factors that we have to consider, and we stop right there, and very often, because we stop right there, we have missed out the next step, which is to do it. I believe that everyone here, you somehow have something that's in you that you want to do. There's something in you that you had a vision about, and honestly, the smallest thing, the smallest step from making that into reality is do it. And when I had the idea of this passion portraits, like I told you, I talk about it day and night. I tell everyone I was so frustrated by the work that I do. I just want to make this thing happen. And it was until 3 years later I felt like, you know what? Enough of talking about it. Let's just do it. And I thought when I say do it, I have this like switch I can. And then everything is like, video goes out, people will come to us and tell us a story and stuff like that. It doesn't happen that way. It happened by, actually, maybe let's try give this person a call. Hello? Hey, can you be featured in my videos and all? I just want to tell you about this stuff. Oh no, okay, never mind, next person. It's that one phone call that sparked, that started something. So I want to ask you guys here, like, what is that one thing you can do? What is the smallest step you can take to push yourself further to achieve what you have in mind? Do it. The big picture, we love seeing the big picture where things are successful, when people made it, but what we don't see is these little small steps that they take. And once you take it, you realize that it's not as nice as you thought. For me, I have to learn how to deal with HR, how to do accounting, how to manage people, how to do marketing. And I'm an engineering student to begin with, and I know nuts about all these things. And all these things sometimes sort of freak me out. It's like, oh man, accounting, what? Paying income tax, what is that? And I realized that all these things are part of the process. I began to having to learn how to love all this process. We are in a culture where everything needs to be fast. We look at a picture of this guy's 26 years old, driving a big car. Wow, that is great, that is like successful. Or you see someone that is like having the latest gadgets. We think that is successful, but what we don't look at is that are they really living a fulfilling life? And to live a fulfilling life, it looks like doing it. What it looks like doing things every single day, the little steps. And in the doing, we will have our up and down. We will have our not feeling great or things that doesn't turn out the way we want. But what makes a difference is to have a clear idea of what you want to achieve. What's the goal? What's the picture you're going after? And learn how to love the process. Enjoy it. Find ways to make yourself do better in what you need to do. And for me, with Passion Portraits, it's honestly so much more about meeting people, business, than it is about filmmaking or taking photos nowadays for me. But I have to learn how to love the process and knowing that the goal is bigger than myself. So to conclude my message today, I think I want to wrap it up. I just want to share the idea of celebrating people to you guys. The people around you, they are doing so much out there, and they deserve our attention and deserve the little credit that we can give to them. We all have the power to share something. If you just one click on your phone, there'll be so many people reading it, watching it, or there's so much we can talk about. But how about give some credit to people around you, celebrate them. And more than that, the best way that you can celebrate them is to be passionate yourself. By you being passionate, the people around you will be affected as well. Thank you so much.